Alrighty. So, where we last left off, you guys managed to drive Max Steel and his girlfriend Heatwave off in the hospital, protecting uh, the father of Shadow. So, good job with that.
Yeah.
Um, in addition to that, you heard that the diner that you guys use as a just like a site to go to your safe house has been attacked. You're not sure who attacked it, but the general consensus was with the group that you guys were going to head down there to figure that out and check in on Ira, Gideon, and Emily, who were there when it got attacked. That's basically all the information you have to go on right now.
Right. So going down to what's left of the diner
Pretty much. Before you guys head out of the hospital, is there anything you want to do?
then. Has anybody from the diner been injured?
In regards to like just general bystanders, no. Luckily, they were not injured during the fight.
Mm. I was one asking about the staff really. Have they been injured?
Oh no, the staff is fine. Yeah, you guys managed
Okay.
to confine the fight to a very small area. The only thing that got damaged was just equipment in the hospital rooms, but that's about it.
No, I mean the where we hang out.
Oh, so in the diner, you wanted to know if any
Yeah.
bystanders were harmed there. So yeah, we can head over to the diner now if you guys want to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So when you get to the Salisbury house, it looks like a tornado went through it. There's chairs and tables that have been tossed all over the place, and there are dozens of bullet holes in the walls and broken glass everywhere. From the look of steam coming from a nearby coffee mug, this attack happened recently. You check the immediate vicinity upstairs, but you don't see anybody. And you check the entrance to the basement and find it kicked in. When you enter the basement, you see it also has been ransacked. When checking for any sign of life, you notice that there are drops of blood that lead to the corner of a room inside a closet. And you don't hear anything.
Open the
I'll
closet.
yeah, I'll do it like in front of people, like
Okay.
you know.
So, Mitar, you open the closet and not immediately. You kind of like let your eyes adjust to the darkness and see just a bunch of like clothes hanging, but you blink and all of a sudden, Emily appears with Gideon kind of like slumped up against her chest. It looks like he has taken a gunshot to the stomach, and there are uh, deep red blood stains on his shirt and pants. His eyes are closed, and his skin is very pale, and he is not moving.
Oh
Okay,
God,
I
better
guess I'll
kill
like rip off the clothes and like try to tie his wounds if if it seems like it will do anything.
Okay.
You get out of the way. You're just gonna kill him. I go over. I'm gonna use my healing on.
I forget.
Okay.
Keep forgetting. You're always not here.
Um,
Yeah. Today, I guess I decided to show up. You want me to roll a heal check?
I will say right now, you look at him, and there's no heal check to roll for. He's dead.
Oh
Oh
God.
wait, he's just dead. Never mind.
Yeah. So Emily has like tears kind of like streaming down her face, and she says basically what happened. So she said Gideon came to visit to see how she was doing. After a few minutes,
Gideon's brother, isn't it?
Gideon is her brother, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And after a few minutes of just like hanging out at the diner, Aegis security burst into the restaurant, threatening to hurt anyone and asking where she was. Um, Ira got in between them and the guards and told them that he wasn't hiding anyone anywhere and he didn't know what they were talking about. So while this was happening, Gideon managed to take her downstairs and hide her. And then went back upstairs to kind of like help Ira with the situation. So when Gideon and Ira went back up, it looks like it escalated. Ira ended up attacking one of the guards, and another guard shot him with a tranquilizer and basically knocked him out. And Gideon tried to help Ira as well, but then the security guards just started firing just like randomly. Gideon ran down into the basement and found Emily in the closet, where she used one of her powers to basically turn them both invisible. The guards came down, they ransacked the basement, they couldn't find Emily or her brother, so they just basically left. And this happened maybe like an hour or two ago. So while you guys were at the hospital, it looks like Age of Security's hit the diner. And she looks down at Gideon and she basically says, "Please do something. My brother is really pale and cold. I don't know what to do."
I am too emotional for things like this. He like slowly, walks back.
I would say we should get him to hospital, even though I know he's dead.
So do you guys tell her that he's died, or do you keep that to
No.
yourself? Okay.
I think we're going to keep that to ourselves. Just get an ambulance.
Okay. Is there anything that VI Bullet would do in this situation as well, or basically same consensus, just call an ambulance at this point?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Same
So
consensus.
This isn't the time to tell her brother's dead.
yeah. Okay, so you guys get on with 911. An ambulance arrives. A couple of people come down with a stretcher. You guys basically just take them aside and essentially just tell the paramedics, yeah, this guy passed away. The sister doesn't know, and it's best to just take him to the hospital and have someone maybe explain that to him. So
I don't know. I don't know if it's different over there, but over here, only a doctor can pronounce somebody dead. So even people who've died usually go to hospital just to be pronounced dead.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So one paramedic, well, I will say both paramedics put Gideon on a stretcher. Emily's refusing to leave his side at this point. And as soon as they get him basically strapped in, a female paramedic will just kind of like kneel down to Emily and try her best to console her. Emily is asking a lot of questions like, why isn't he moving? Why isn't he breathing? He's so cold right now. Did he die? Is he dead? And the female paramedic is trying to like console her as best she can, but Emily isn't really hearing anything about that. She's like, no, he can't be dead. He can't be dead. She starts like running over to the paramedics, the stretcher, and starts shaking her brother's body. She tries to like push on his chest to give him like a haphazard like CPR. And the paramedic, the female paramedic, is trying to pull her away from the stretcher, but Emily just like knocks her back with like no effort whatsoever. The paramedic just kind of falls onto the ground, kind of surprised at her strength, and Emily starts doing more CPR. And with every attempt to get her brother to come back to her, you see Emily's hair start to change color. What once was a dirty blonde begins to lighten and turn a very bright, almost iridescent platinum white. Emily's entire body starts to glow and then shine and then blind everybody in the basement with a very big white light as her sobs turn into like a single scream, almost similar to like what you would hear a banshee yell out. As soon as the light comes, it leaves just as quickly. And as you all try to kind of gather yourselves to regain your sight from this light and understand what just happened, you will see Emily completely back to normal, and Gideon on the stretcher just immediately just suddenly gasps for breath. And he kind of looks at all of you, Cece's strapped to like a gurney and go like, what happened exactly? And Emily is completely surprised that this happened. She just grabs onto her brother, holds him tightly, and is like, don't you ever leave me again. And Gideon, still looking around, is like, I won't. And tries to kind of give her a hug back, but he's kind of strapped to a gurney right now, so he can't really do much except tilt his head over to her. So, yeah. With that, the paramedics are just completely... The paramedics are just like, holy shit, what just happened? And the other paramedic, the male paramedic, just kind of walks over and unhooks him from the gurney, and he hops off of the stretcher and hugs Emily. So, yeah.
Well, that's a handy trick.
Yeah, Mitter is still sobbing. Not happy sobs,
Yeah,
but
I think I'll be stopping by now because it's not something you see every day. Does it still seem like him?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem like he's possessed or anything. It seems like normal Gideon. He's got his color back in his face. He's flush. He's warmed up to the touch. He's, in all intents and purposes, perfectly healthy.
Okay, so this is only very superficial, so I'm just looking at it. But does Emily feel okay?
Emily is kind of like busy just like hugging Gideon right now. She doesn't care about anything else, but she seems happy. A lot happier than she was a few minutes ago, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm thinking, does she look like drawn, pale, or anything like that? As if she's been consumed. Is what I'm thinking.
She's got kind of like bags under her eyes, and basically her eyes are just puffy from the crying. But all intents and purposes, she doesn't seem like too weak. When she's done hugging Gideon, she kind of just like sits down and looks at her hands that were like covered in dried blood and trying to understand like how she was able to do that.
Yeah, at that point, Mitter is going to like run all the way there and like bear hug both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Still crying.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's gonna ask, while crying and all of that, he's gonna ask Gideon to tell him what happened there.
So from what Gideon remembers, Aegis security showed up at the diner, looking for Emily. Luckily for them, they were kind of like in the back with Ira talking, and Ira went out. What's up?
Sorry, how do you know their ages?
They were wearing their security uniforms.
Wearing the security uniforms, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
and they were like all geared up with tactical gear as well.
Yeah.
They had guns, and they had these like weird pistols that were like clear colored, looked to have maybe darts in them.
Right.
But yeah, like, so Ira told them to run into the basement and hide, and Ira went out, and then so Gideon put Emily in the closet, and then Gideon went back up to help out Ira, and Ira ended up turning into like this very large, pink, hairy kind of like beast monster and started beating on the security. But one of the guards got a lucky shot off with one of the pistols and basically tranked Ira. And he turned back into like his regular shape, regular form, and they kind of like carted him off. Gideon tried to prevent them from doing it, and they just opened fire on him.
So they opened fire on him with normal weapons?
With normal weapons, yes. They tried to shoot Gideon with normal guns.
Knowing who he is?
Yes.
And
They were
the
shooting at children.
Aegis, doesn't the head of Aegis work for, I forget his name, Henry White?
Yeah, so Henry White knows Gideon's father. So there's a good chance that those security guards knew who Gideon's father was and just didn't care.
But Henry White has a strong connection with Aegis, doesn't he?
Yeah, Henry White
this
is
going
the
way
head
back.
of Aegis. Yeah.
Henry White is the head of Aegis.
Yes, he is.
Oh yes, it's not Henry White. I'm trying to think of
His father, right?
Emily, and what's her
Yeah,
name?
Emily and
Uh,
Gideon's father.
Gideon's father.
Yeah, Wyndham.
I can't
He
find the notes.
Yeah, so Wyndham is their father, and Wyndham knows Henry White. You saw him at basically the ball that was being held, the charity ball.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah, so they seemed pretty chummy at the time, but
Mhm.
you're kind of getting the impression that things have kind of fallen through, so to speak, between the two of them.
Mm. I think it's time to pay Wyndham a visit. I don't know what everybody else thinks.
I don't think I would call that a visit. And he takes out his cell phone and starts dialing number. Cousin Spase, it is Mitter here.
So you're calling your cousin?
Yeah,
Hello, cousin. How are you today?
listen, remember what happened 20 years back when our grandfather went to... You remember what happened there?
Oh
I need
yes.
those weaponry.
Oh my goodness. Yes, we have plenty Molotovs. Hold on.
Not only Molotovs, AKs, ballistic weaponry, rocket
And-
launchers.
And you like hear off in the
Automatic.
distance like, "Hey, Stibar, how many Kalishnikov we got? Eh, it's good. Yet
Is he horrible?
granadas? No? No. How about the bazooka? No? Oh, you lent it to your cousin. Why you do this? That was my bazooka. Oh, God.
Cousin Spase, this is serious. I need them now. I will pay you. You can take the money from the drugs that we left you back a week ago.
Ah, yes. I still have one of the cars that you gave to me. I
You
will
can
drive
have
it over.
We'll pay more for what you have. Do you have any other sources?
I could probably talk to Shriba. Shriba has maybe some machetes in case you want to make things a little messy. It's up to you.
Of course. Anything can help.
Of course, no problem. I will have it ready within the hour. You can meet me at the usual place.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
Okay? So yeah, your cousin will start gathering up some armaments for you guys.
Wonderful.
In the meantime, you one of your, we'll say like the group cell phone rings. Whoever picks it up will hear that Abby heard that there was an attack and wants to know if everyone's okay.
We are now.
Move you over here.
I would like to approach Gideon to ring his father and find out what the bloody hell's going on. Because he must know. He knows
Yeah.
everything that goes on. And Gideon and Emily are our way in.
Yeah, you can talk to him about what's been going on and see what.
Because I'm sure he
Henry
doesn't
was.
want his children being bombed off.
Probably
Live
not.
ammunition being used on his son.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep, that is definitely an option. So Abby will say that she wants Emily and Gideon to stay exactly where they are. If they can hide, stay hidden. She's going to come over right away, and she's going to pick them up and try and figure out where she can hide them. Most likely, she says she's going to take them to her apartment for now until she can figure out another place that may be safer. But she will tell you guys, do what you need to do. But right now, the priority is trying to get Ira back. She will say that she did get a cryptid message from Henry White stating that he wants to meet at the vats and he wants the super serum, and for that he will trade Ira and Shadow. Apparently he grabbed her too.
Mm.
So
I thought Shadow had the super serum. Or am I getting this mixed up?
oh no, she did.
Probably. Yeah.
But it sounds from that message that Shadow didn't tell them anything, so they just took her hostage and is now asking you guys to show up with those super serums and trade them for their lives, basically.
Yes. But going through Gideon, I do want to talk to Wyndham.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, you guys
Wyndham may well
can talk to him too.
represent some resources that we don't currently have. Because he's a very rich man, and his children are directly under threat.
Hmm. Okay, yeah. Let me pull that up. So going to the Wyndham Mansion. Before you guys go there, I know that Mitar is going to want to meet with his cousin first to figure out what's going on with that. So we can do that part first real quick. We'll say that your cousin shows up with one of those black SUVs that you basically sold him. And in the back is a veritable smorgasbord of armaments. So he brought as much as he could on such short notice. Several AK-47s, you've got Colt 45s, you've got sort of like these makeshift Molotov cocktails in case you wanted them. He's also got a block of C4 even.
My cousin, you are as resourceful as I remember you.
Ah, of course. Anything for family.
Of course. In case you know how I'm, difficult to knock down.
Considerably.
Yes. In case there is a chance. I'm not saying it will happen, but in case I don't return, you know where I keep my money. Send it back home.
Of course, I will make sure the family back home is taken care of.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, brother. And he hugs him.
Oh, no need to get so emotional, Steve. And he is like, here, calm your nerves. And he will give you a full bottle of plum brandy.
It puts tears in his eyes. You know what I need the most.
Of course.
In case I survive, I'll bring something to return the favor.
No need. It is fine. You'll be safe out there, cousin.
Thank you, my friend and brother.
All right. So he'll leave you with the weaponry that he brought in, and he'll drive off. So is there anything else you guys want to do before you head over to the mansion?
I wasn't going to go over to the mansion. I was going to talk to him on the phone.
Oh, you're going to talk to him on the phone. Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to waste time.
Oh, okay, that's fair. So yeah, you call. You basically get his cell number from Gideon, and
I'm going to use the phone.
yeah, because he's the only one that really have his father's number. You guys wouldn't
Yeah,
have it.
because it'll probably answer that.
Yeah, exactly. So Gideon will call his dad, and he'll pick up, and immediately you guys hear over the phone just a bunch of yelling. It's like, Gideon, where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you and your sister for days now. What is going on? And Gideon is just kind of like being incredulous to him. It's like, you're the one who put us in this situation. We can't trust you. And now your friend Henry has sent a bunch of goons to try and kill us. And Wyndham, you just kind of like hear a pause and a bit of a sigh. It's like, and what exactly do you need from me? I can send a security detail to your location immediately. We will get you in a safe place.
I'm going to ask for the phone.
Okay, so Gideon will pass the phone to you.
Put it on the sound, please, Midas.
Yes, that's a good
You know
idea.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaker.
So, yes, Mr. Wyndham, Aegis Security have been down here using live ammunition against your own son. If it hadn't been for Emily, he would be an ex-son. So what we want from you is what support we have. Okay, it's in order. Henry White is after the super serum, and he doesn't care if he kills your children to get it. He's got some friends of ours in captivity, and we want to rescue them. We've rescued your children. I want a security detail helping us to rescue these people and make sure our people and make sure that Henry White does not get the super serum.
So you hear Henry Wyndham just
And
kind of
as my good friend Mitar just said, there's nothing more important than family.
And Mr. I can't remember your name honestly, and I don't care. In case you show any more disrespect to your son, I'll get there personally and beat the living hell out of you, and then I'll adopt your children. A proper family. They will eat cooked food every day.
So Wyndham will just ask you to hand the phone back to Gideon.
Okay.
So Wyndham will start talking to his son. He's like, son, I want you home right now, immediately, with Emily. I do not want you associating with these individuals any further. They are terrorists. Do you hear me? And Gideon is like, no, I'm not leaving. These guys saved our lives on more than one occasion, Dad. Maybe it should be you that should be thanking them right now instead of yelling at me. And you hear Wyndham says, like, look, you're not supposed to be hanging around these sorts of people. It does not look good on the family. There's a reason why Henry was told to deal with these people. And Gideon is like, what do you mean told to deal with them? And his father basically says that he told Henry White to take care of the neighborhood watch so he could get Gideon and Emily back to him properly. So they wouldn't have to worry about, hanging out with quote-unquote degenerates. And all they do is complain about the establishment and cause wanton destruction of public property. They are terrorists, Gideon. You must see this.
Give me the phone. Give me the phone.
Oh, Gideon's not letting you take the phone yet. He is beyond seething with rage at this point. And he's like, you're telling me that all my friends think I might have betrayed them because you told Henry to burn down their headquarters and kill Abby? Do you have any idea how insane that is? And at this point, he's like pacing back and forth with the phone in his hand, like almost like a white grip on it, screaming at his father. And you hear them just kind of like arguing back and forth. Emily is listening to this entire conversation, completely confused on what's going on. So yeah, what do you want to do? Do you just want to still grab the phone from him, or?
That's it. Well, I probably could have got the phone on speaker. I don't really need to grab the phone.
Oh yeah, you can hear everything.
Yeah.
He says,
Going to be.
Wyndham basically says to him, "Oh, sorry, go ahead."
I tried to kill your children.
Mm-hmm.
There is nobody more establishment than me. I'm not anti-establishment. I come from a long line of aristocrats from England. I represent the establishment. And these people are not the establishment. These people are out for themselves. They're going to rip you off. They don't care who gets in the way, even if it's your children. I'll be very surprised if they let you get in the way.
So
if you let this carry on, you probably won't personally last a week.
So
And I would
Wyndham,
also say that in my country, for all the many flaws that we have, things like this would never pass through. This is horrible. Especially for an American.
So Wyndham will say that he is going to send a security detail to retrieve his children and to get them to a safe location. In the meantime, he tells Gideon to keep his daughter safe. And he says that exactly. His daughter. And he wants her back immediately home. Yeah.
Okay. Hang up the phone.
Okay. Yep, he'll just hang up.
Gideon, what do you want to do?
I'm not taking her back to my dad. That's for certain. I want Abby to come get us. She's the best chance we have of staying alive at this point. My dad and his security detail, if they send those super villains to us again, they have no chance. They'll all die. And then she'll be captured again for whatever reason, and I won't be able to stop them.
Yes.
You won't be alone. I promise you that.
We have to get our people back.
So Gideon says,
is there anything you can do to help us?
Gideon says there's maybe something he could do. He could come with you guys as backup. He just kind of like looks around and is like, look, I'm not completely useless. I can do some things. It's just I get really scared and nervous, and I can't really help as much as I would like. But if my sister's in trouble, and if your friends are in trouble, especially Ira, I want to come with you guys to try and help any way I can.
Okay. All right, Gideon. What are you good at? What can we use you for?
I can, well, I could show you. It won't hurt, I promise.
Don't worry, try it
Okay.
on me. It can't hurt me that much.
Okay.
You can't hurt me. Now.
So, he'll touch you. You're a willing subject, so it's not going to
Mhm.
drain you or anything. He'll touch you, and then he'll say, "Okay, I know what your powers are, so hold on." And he'll look around, and he'll, like, pick up a baseball bat and hand it to you, Mitar. He's like, "I want you to swing it at my head as hard as you can." And Emily's just like, "What? No! I just brought you back. I don't want you to die." He's like, "No, trust me, Emily. It's okay. Mitar, swing."
Okay, hold on a second. And he takes a large swig of booze and then gets something to cover his eyes. Forgive me. And he swings then.
Okay. So you crack him square in the temple. He flies onto the ground and cracks his head on the cement floor and starts bleeding out a little bit from his head. And Emily just screams in complete terror. It's like, "No, you killed him! Not again!" And then as she's like screaming, you see his face kind of like recontort back to normal. And the big gash on the side of his temple just like reforms slowly into just like nothing. Like as if you never even hit him. He gets up and he's like, "Man, that's some swing. Do you always get headaches when that happens?"
Oh, yes, but that's because of the visions, my grab. Wait, you have the similar powers as I do. Incredible.
Yeah, and he's like, "Hey, can I have some of that?" And he points to the plum brandy.
Not for children. At least not in this country.
Just like, fair enough. It's like, I guess I'll just get an aspirin or something later. Ah. But yeah,
Sorry
like,
again.
so as long as the person is willing, I can kind of like temporarily take one of their powers. And if they're not willing, well, I can basically take it away if I feel like it.
But you have to touch them.
I have to, yeah, that's the downside. I have to be like right up next to them to touch them.
Do you take their
Okay,
powers?
that's
or
very
just copy
interesting.
them?
I wonder what happened to Matt Steele if you did that.
That would be an interesting, interesting idea.
Immovable objects and infinite force
His-
type of thing.
Yeah, so Gideon's ability is power nullification. It's different from, well, it's a little bit different from what Max does. So Max nullifies your powers for a certain period of time, and Gideon takes them away and gives them to himself.
Right.
But he only takes he can only take one power away at a time. He can do multiple powers at a time from different people, but he can only, it's per turn basically. Is like every single time he touches someone, he takes one specific power away from them and gives it to himself. So if he wanted to, he could touch Mitar and gain his ability to not die, and then he could touch VI Bullet for healing and touch you for like your telekinesis ability. But he can only have like 3 at a time. He can't have more than that.
Okay.
In case
Well,
you
it
get
sounds-
to that,
That sounds jolly useful.
yeah. In case you can take the powers from that guy that takes other people's powers, that would be incredible. That's the only thing I'm weak against.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, make sure to be in a safe spot. I don't want you to get injured without my powers. So
Yeah, it
So-
only really lasts for like an hour. They go away after that. So I'm temporarily invincible right now, but it won't last much longer.
don't worry, it will still hurt. But yeah,
Yeah,
you'll handle it. Still be safe.
of course. So you guys are okay? Like I can come with you to help? I feel I owe Ira a lot for what he's done.
If you ask me, if you promise me to make sure that you and your sister are safe and everything else, in the on the second place of priority, I can agree.
Yeah, he's fine with that.
Yes, we have to make sure that you're as protected as possible. But that sounds what you've got is very useful,
Mm-hmm.
and nobody knows you've got it. So we've got an ace in the hole.
Yeah, my dad doesn't know anything about what I can do, but I have an idea that maybe he knows what Emily can do, and that's why he wants her back so badly.
And I didn't ask Emily, what can you do?
So Emily says, like, well, so far I can run really fast, and I can turn invisible, and I can do whatever I did with my brother. So I don't know if I can do more things. Maybe.
I worry that there was a cost in what you did there. But what can you do?
So Gideon will kind of like give you guys a quick history of their mother. She died from a incurable disease, and Wyndham, desperate for a cure, went to Mitsuhama Corp and basically asked them to give his wife a super serum, and unfortunately it didn't seem to work to keep her alive. But then they realized that Emily, she ended up getting really sick when she was younger, and as it turns out, it was the same incurable disease that her mom had. And again, he went to Mitsuhama Corp and was like, hey, my daughter's got the same disease. It's been a few years. Is there anything they can do to help? And Mitsuhama Corp basically sold him an experimental serum and supposedly gave that to Emily, and she got way better. And she didn't manifest any side effects for years after that. This is probably when she was like 3 or 4. And she's like 13 now. So
Yeah.
he gave her the super serum that Mitsuhama Corp invented. She got better. She didn't die. And up until this point, she didn't really manifest any, superpowers until now. And it kind of seems that whatever they gave her, this experimental drug, has maybe some side effects that were just dormant until she hit her puberty. And now she's starting to manifest a lot more powers than any normal superhuman would be able to show. Like, these are completely random powers she's getting. She's invisible, she's really fast at running, and she can heal the dead, which is not something that any superhuman can do.
That's impressive. I worry about it, but that's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm just going to say, Gideon, I hope you don't mind me saying this, but your dad's an idiot.
Oh no, I believe you. He's been an idiot for a long time. The only good thing that came out of this is saving our sister, or saving my sister. That's it.
Well, now I've got that out of the way. Where are we supposed to meet these characters?
So, Abby will have told you guys that she traced Ira's cell to the vats, which is like basically where all the bad guys meet to do like CD exchanges at night, cash for guns, that kind of thing. So yeah, Abby will say that she got a call from Henry to meet at the vats with the super serum, so you guys can trade it for the hostages. So Ira and Shadow are the one that are being held hostage, and you guys already know where the super serum is because Shadow showed you. She did not move it since then. So it's up to you if you guys want to do that. Also, I will say that Abby does show up. So she kind of like walks down into the basement, gives Gideon and Emily a hug, and says, like, all right, we should probably head out right now. The only reason I say that is because there was a couple of SUVs that were pulled over in the parking lot with several guys with pistols and guns, and I may have broken their limbs.
Aegis?
No, not Aegis. These guys are different. These look like a security detail of some sort. And Gideon's like eyes go wide. It's like, oh no, oh no, that was my dad's. Yeah, my dad was sending a security detail to pick us up. And she's like, well, we definitely have to leave now before the police come.
Okay, let's go. Gideon, how long does this last when you borrow somebody's power?
So he says it lasts an hour.
Less than an hour.
An hour. So it lasts an hour. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, before we head out, can you borrow Emily's invisibility?
So yeah, like he'll be like, oh sure. Emily's okay. And she's like, yeah, that's fine with me. So
then we'll have someone they won't know about.
Mm-hmm. So Gideon will borrow Emily's invisibility as well. So now he's got 2 of the 3 slots filled.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Abby will be like, what's going on exactly? And Gideon will basically just do a quick explanation. He's like, yeah, I got powers. And she's like, oh, now you tell me. Okay. So Gideon basically tells Abby, he's like, keep Emily safe. I'm going to go with the rest of the group to get Ira and Shadow back alive. And with a little bit of protest, Emily finally just like calms down a little bit and says, fine, I'll go with Abby. So Abby will take Emily to her apartment, and you guys can go to the vats and save your friends.
Yes. Hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're going to
right.
get there quick before the powers run out.
So you guys run out there. You guys don't really have a vehicle, although there are some SUVs just lying around with the keys in it. Just surrounded with guys in sunglasses and suits writhing in pain. It's like, oh, she dislocated my shoulder. Oh! And then as Abby runs by, she kind of like kicks the guy in the face, knocks him unconscious. Like, shut up, quit bitching. So Abby will get in the one SUV, and then you guys can have the other to drive out with.
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Okay. So you guys. What?
Are there any weapons in the SUVs?
Well, we'll say that the guns that Mitar's cousin dropped off, you guys just like throw in the back, like the duffel bags of weapons.
Okay.
So pistols, Kalashnikovs, and the 1 brick of C4.
Ooh, a brick of C4. That's always handy.
I hope one of you knows how to use that. I don't think you do. At least not safely.
No, I didn't say we were going to use it safely.
Oh, yeah. Good point. All right, so you guys start heading towards the vats. So, we'll move you over here.
Okay, we've got to keep an eye out for Max Steel because he's going to fuck us up.
You don't know if Max Steel is there. You just know that Henry White is. But yeah, he could be hiding. You never know.
He's bound to be there. He's bound to be there.
All right, so you guys head over to the vats, and you head down the staircase into a very large open area with steam vents that are kind of like obscuring your view a little bit, along with a couple of generators and pillars that are sort of like in the way. But as you peer across the room, you see several armed guards wearing Aegis security uniforms and armor. And then at the far end of it, you see Shadow and Ira tied to a chair, flanked by 2 more guards, and Henry White standing next to them. You also see in front of Henry White and his 2 guards, Tomb and Stone, waiting around and talking to Henry. Right now, you can't really make out what they're saying, but if you got closer, you might be able to overhear the conversation they're having. So I'm going to move you over to the... Actually, I'll hold off until we get into combat, but what do you guys want to do right now? You're on the main floor. You've got a generator to your left, and a generator to the center, and several pillars on the left and right side. And you know what? I will move you over to the battle map so you got an idea what that looks like here.
Yay.
Make it a little easier.
There we go.
Veiled Seraphim is taking a nap right now, so.
Yes. Okay. So that's the two ugly brothers. Where are the prisoners? Sorry.
So at the very
Yeah,
far
they're-
end, the guy,
Yeah.
the chef and Shadow.
The chef, yeah. And Shadow, yeah.
This is the pawn I use for Gideon. So Gideon's with you guys.
So, that looks bigger than I thought. Yeah. Reduce that a bit. So there we are. Ah, here we go.
You guys can move your pawns, okay? I'm not sure if they connected to your characters
Yeah.
correctly this time.
Oh, I can move mine.
Okay, good.
What are these?
So those are the generators.
Oh,
So
those
just
are generators.
large power generators, and the vents with
These-
the creating the fog,
vents.
and then the circles are
Right,
the
okay.
pillars.
Yeah.
And then above you is like a second floor balcony, in case you need to use that for whatever reason.
Okay. They're looking pretty vulnerable. No sign of steel.
No, you only see tomb and stone up front. hmm
Move that out of the way. It's foggy cover. Okay. So they're 2 zones away.
Yeah.
How many zones can I work across? Adjacent zones. These two guards at the front, they're just normal guards.
Yep, normal guards wearing armor.
Well, plainly we need to get through those first, so quietly.
Oh, another thing I probably should have mentioned before you guys headed out. Were you thinking about bringing the super serum with you, or are you leaving that behind? I forgot to ask that.
Ah. I don't suppose we'd have time to make a full super serum, would we?
No, you would not have had to.
No.
I mean, take some water,
Oh.
some dye, and throw it in a tube, and boom, there's your fake super serum up here.
You'd have to show up with 2 boxes of that. You would not have had time.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
There's no way I can't grab a
like,
crate.
I mean, you could have grabbed this like a box, but fill it with like styrofoam or something. If you wanted to do that, you could have.
A crate full of rocks.
Yeah.
There you go. There's your big superhero
No, I'll
serum.
give you one better, and I'll put a C4 into there.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
So crate full of rocks and C4. You have now made a dirty
Yeah.
bomb.
No,
I
not
don't
at
think
all.
it's dirty.
I don't see any nuclear material in it,
Because they're not going to
but I
let
can
it
change
go.
that. How high on a resource
Thing
check
like
do I
this.
need to get a nuke?
Oh god, not even. There's no resource check to even get close to that.
Come on, we
Telling you
have
that right now.
teleportation, girl. Well, we should
you
have,
know-
but
Don't you know the first rule of role playing is yes anding? Smacks, come on.
No nukes, not allowed.
If we're pretending to make a deal, then we could just walk up.
Yeah,
Pretty much just say, hey, yo, this is cool. Just wait here with that while I step, a good, 15 feet back. And then, boom.
I mean, Mitar can probably survive nukes, so Not that derailing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I don't think I can, but you need to get. I mean, that's something we can blow up once we've got Ira and Shadow back.
so a plan is to walk up with the crate of rocks and C4.
Yeah. It's not gonna last past us getting there. So as soon as we're there, we're gonna have to start fighting them.
Should we not put
But
like
if we can get
before
the
rocks,
guards away from Shadow and Ira,
I mean, they'll
before they
probably
get a chance to
open
do
the
anything.
box to see if it's fine. So we probably need to put legit
Oh,
sun
yeah.
on top of it.
As soon as they open the box, it's over. We're in combat.
Well, yes, but they probably won't let them go before they see that it's really.
No, they won't. No, they won't. The box will get us into their presence. It won't get us any further.
Well, yes, but they will open the box right in front of Ira and Shadow. They'll
Yes,
die
they
from
will.
the explosion.
Ah, right.
That is a downside.
That is a downside.
That's why we need to, let them make sure that it's only serum inside. We take them back and then trigger the explosion.
Sorry, how are we doing that?
So we put only 2 layers of serum on top of it, and they
Ah.
open see the serum. They don't go further. We take the hostages and then press the button. Easy.
Okay.
Do we
That's
also want to keep the serum, or do we want to just say fuck it?
Well, if we
We'll
only keep
destroy
one layer
some
of
of
it,
it.
the serum becomes more expensive. Supply and demand.
I suppose that's fair. I'm just wondering how much we care about keeping the serum.
We won't put
I
all
don't
of
think
it
we do.
inside, right? Only, to make the illusion that all of the serum is in there.
Okay. That seems like the general consensus.
And it seems like a plan.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're going to lose some of the serum, most of the serum, 2/3 of it, but that just means that the serum we've got is more valuable. So it's not necessarily a bad thing.
True.
So this is the design of the bomb. 3 layers.
You're good. You're back.
Yeah.
Just go like the crap out on the occasion.
Yeah, it seems to be doing that a lot
You
today,
open the box,
apparently.
you look.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
We're always doing that.
I don't know what's with it. What exactly does a superhero serum look like? Is it just like a vial?
Yeah, so they're like several red vials, kind of like in a plastic container, sealed. So they got like a clear sort of like plastic cover over top of maybe like 6 vials to a pack, and you guys are putting in like about 2/3 of the super serum just to kind of like cover up the C4 underneath to make it less obvious.
Is there a wall behind them?
There's a
There's a
wall
wall
behind
there.
them, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, if we really want to screw them over, we could just take the vials out, put like the liquids from the vials into the container, and then replace the liquid with, I don't know, some plum brandy. It'll be around the same color.
We're not wasting any brandy on this. But we can put something else there.
No, I tried.
I'll pick from my own stash. How's that?
I tried the full
Still limited
serum.
stash, VI.
That was rejected.
But we can try some good old rakia, of course. If you have...
Or we just say fuck it, walk up and electrocute all of them.
No, there's also that.
I don't know. We can try. But I think they receive a Trojan C4 would be way funnier.
We couldn't kill Tomb and Stone, could we?
You could certainly try.
Yeah, but we've tried before and we didn't do a very good job of it.
Yeah, they're kind of tough.
They are kind of tough. So, number one problem, Shadow and Ira are guarded by two guys who can kill them in an instant. So we need to get those out of the way. And then we need to get Tomb and Stone, at least disabled long enough for us to get out.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah. Okay, let's just turn up with the box and we've got a vague plan.
Okay.
And we have an invisible man with us.
Oh yeah, the invisible person. Do we want to have them just go sneak behind to try to get him out?
Yeah, you got Gideon. You guys can utilize him.
Yeah. But we don't want him getting stuck, so we want to leave him not doing anything until we need him. So they don't know he's there.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to risk him. What could possibly go wrong?
Right? I can't possibly see any way this going completely foobarred. So who's carrying the box?
I do, of course.
Okay.
Obviously, yeah.
So do you want Gideon to hang back for now, or?
Yeah, we'll probably keep him back.
Well, we'll come up. Well, I'm going to come up with me. So I don't know what Bullet's doing. Bullet wants to hang back, but Gideon needs to keep himself close but out of the way.
Okay.
Gideon's good at shooting, isn't he?
Gideon? Shooting? No.
Not Gideon. Sorry, Bullet.
Bullet would be. Yeah, he's a PI. He'd be good at shooting. You got that ability to shoot, don't you?
No, I have no shoot. I have lightning.
Well,
you
can zap people. There you go. That counts.
That'll do. Yeah. So it's up to you whether you want.
On my mark, shoot me and shoot the box and it will explode.
I can only shoot you if I'm one zone away or in the same zone.
What are zones?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Learn the meta. God damn it.
Well, I can make the area spot. Okay, at least if you want.
No, you can probably set off the C4, can't you? Zap it and set it off.
C4 can be triggered by electricity if I lightning the box, and that'll lightning the C4, and then bada bing, bada boom, there's a boom.
Okay.
Because I have to be either in the adjacent or the same zone, so probably in the adjacent zone as
Adjacent zone, yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we want to be either running away or hiding behind something. Right. Let's just start going in with the box then.
Okay, cool. So,
This is
Mitar
going to go horribly
and
wrong.
you guys move up.
Well, I'm certainly moving up.
Yeah. We will say that
like
the guard, the one guard notices and radios in. So the two guards notice you guys walking up. They will meet you with their guns pointed but not firing, and they will see the box, and they will escort you both to the front.
Okay. Bullet, what are you doing?
I was gonna say, can I just have the preemptive pacifist aura going? Just so, at least I don't know, and anybody in my zone.
Yeah, I'll allow that. It's not like they would
And then
really notice anything, but um,
I guess I'll stay behind. Well, it looks like they've already got the guards over there, so I guess I'll be sneaky breaky.
yeah, you can do
Yeah.
that.
I've asked Gideon to sort of come up behind us so he's nearby.
Okay, so obviously he's going to be invisible. I'll just do that. He's
Yeah.
invisible. Come up behind you. He'll hang over here, but he'll kind of like poke his head
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys come up with the box. We'll say that's as far as that they'll let you go, and Tomb and Stone kind of like move up on the both of you and say, about time you showed up. Where we're getting bored. I was gonna play knick-knack paddywhack on that guy's head, and he points to Ira behind you.
Oh, it's the Dumb and the Ass, the incredible wombo combo.
All right. I see. I see those years at charm school work for you then.
That just like goes completely over both their heads. Look, just give us the box, and we'll let your friends go. Got it?
No, you bring them here first, and then we'll talk.
So,
Need to see if
Yeah,
they're
that's
alive.
it.
Henry Wright will interject and is like, that's not how this is going to go down. What you're going to do is you're going to put the box down, and then we will untie your friends. They will walk towards you, and Tomb and Stone will take the box, and then you walk away with your friends. That's the deal. That's how this is going to work.
Alright. And he sort of like drops the box.
Okay.
Not drops, like puts it down.
So Henry Wright will turn to the two guards. He'll nod to them. They will untie them from the chairs that they were in. Tomb will make a wide berth so they can walk through. And we'll say that the box is... Try the box. Try the box. What's in the box?
I have one question.
Box.
How does the serum taste? I didn't really try it, but I was curious.
So Tomb is like, tastes like grapple to me. And the other, and then Stone was like, no, mine was fruit punch.
I would certainly taste like, how do you call that thing? Plum brandy.
Oh, God. I hate the taste of plum brandy. Nasty.
Yeah, I can see it, you're not the most cultivated person.
What does cultivated mean? Think that means that you aren't a garden or something? And Henry was like, look,
Yes.
both of you shut up. Okay. Stone, my friend, please check inside the box so they didn't put anything in there that we don't want. And Stone will open the box. He'll look as like, takes one of the like cases of the vials out and is like, look good to me. It's like, all right, put it back in the box, Stone, and I'll take it from here. And Stone is like,
Let them-
that
I'm here.
you said that we would get a piece of this too. Where's the other box that you promised us, Henry? And Henry's like, as far as I know, there was only the one, right? And he kind of like looks to you, Mitar.
As far as I know, only one box. Maybe there is, I don't know. I found only one box, but Shadow told me there is.
So Tomb and Stone will look to Henry. Was like, look, we're pretty sure there was two. You promised us one box so we could take it back to Baba Yaga, and there's only one box here. The way I sees it is maybe you're trying to screw us. So how about this?
Gentlemen,
We take the box.
please. Gentlemen, please, look. There's plenty in the box. You can split it into two boxes, and everybody will be happy now. Come on,
Yeah,
we've
this
got,
thing
we've
is
got a
heavy.
deal going on here. Let's get it done, because I don't want to be here.
So Stone will just kind of like shut up, and he'd be like, and Tomb was like, it's fine. It's fine. We'll take what we can get right now. Baba Yaga won't be so mad. At least we'll get a little bit of it for
Let's
her.
wait until we've done the deal. Come on, guys. Don't you know how these things work?
So Doom and Stone will be like, all right, fine. And Henry White will just basically agree to that. It's like, look, you and I can discuss this later, Stone. For now, let's just get this over with. I have a lot of shit I need to be doing right now, and I don't have time for this squabbling. So they slowly let the two of them walk forward. I'll just move the box off the side here. And make their way to you guys.
Okay.
And Henry White was like, fantastic. All right, Stone, pick up the box and let's go. Stone will pick up the box.
Okay, I'll wait. Yeah, I'll wait until they get like around here with the box,
Okay.
and then I'll ask a question.
So
One more
Okay,
question,
I'm gonna.
Henry.
I want to make sure these two are. Keep walking with these two.
okay. So the guard will kind of like make their way off
Just
the
get
side.
just get into zone 3.
Into zone 3. All right. So yeah, they'll start making their way past the zone. The guards will turn around and watch you guys walk off, but they will start heading towards this direction here.
One question, Henry.
What?
Did you send any people to the dining place? You did, right?
I don't know of any guys that went over there. Not that I can say.
Not the guys with the age of security markings and uniforms in tactical gear.
Well, clearly that must have been the Baba Yaga trying to pretend to send guys your way. That wasn't me.
Yeah, you definitely would not order for them to shoot at the children, right?
Of course not. I would never kill any children. I'm not a monster.
Well, you know what they say at my home for Baba Yaga, you know.
And what's that?
And he yells as loud as he can, "It's just a fairy tale!" And he runs forward. That's a sign.
A sign for what?
Is that for me to go out and zap the box, I'm presuming?
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay, well, knowing
Obviously, you've worked
fucking-
this out ahead.
the hired muscle meter, I move over to this zone so I have a clear shot, and I lightning zap the box so the C4 detonates. You want me
All right.
to roll lightning check?
Yep. It is foggy, so you're going to get a -2 on this roll.
Bruh, I function in weather.
I know.
That's a 7.
Okay.
I'd make it a 5. I'm pretty sure that still hits the box.
That would still hit the box. I allow for that. I was like saying, it's like if you had gotten a 2 and it would have been a 0, that would have been bad. But yeah, so an arc of lightning streaks across the side of the area there as you hit the box that Stone was holding, and you can kind of see his like eyes just like glare at the box as it starts to turn red, and the explosion just like blasts outward, and all you can really make out of his mouth is like, "Oh fuck," and then just like vaporizes everybody in that area. Anyone in zone 4 right now does get blasted backwards.
Okay.
That would just be me, I'm presuming.
Yep.
So I go from 4 to 3.
Yep, you go from 4 to 3.
I take 1 5-foot step back.
Yeah.
Mitar, you slam into the generator because you get thrown backwards, and your body is got 2nd-degree burns. It is fractured and broken in all the wrong places, and you have severe 3rd-degree burns all over the front of your body.
That's a severe, right?
Oh yeah, that's definitely severe. So severe would be 3rd-degree burns, and we're gonna say fractured spine as the 2nd moderate one.
Right. As I see the bolt come out, the lightning bolt, I'm going to, and then I don't like doing this. I'm going to throw myself at the other two, at the 2 ex-prisoners,
Okay.
and get them on the floor.
Okay, so you'll
That's
cover their
probably area.
bodies just to kind of protect them. Ira will leap
More
onto...
to get them down, so all the debris goes over our heads rather than into our
Okay.
bodies.
Fair enough. You guys get maybe like, we'll say 3 stress from this, but outside of that, you guys aren't going to be having any consequences. So VI Bullet and Midas and Shadow and Ira, all of you get 3 stress.
Nah, I don't.
Oh, except for VI Bullet because he can heal all that away.
I have the aura of pacifism. I don't take damage.
Okay, that works. You just kind of get dusty.
All right. The next
Oh,
thing I
no,
want
there's
to do
dust on my dust. How dare.
after the explosion is I want to, and so I'm going to say, run
Yeah, fair.
to get up. Bring it, but as I go past, I want to telekinetically grab Mitar and drag him round at least this side, or that side.
Okay. So you telekinetically
More or
grab
less drag him along with it.
Midas, you climb over the generator, like half your face. Like, think of like Two-Face. It's basically your entire face right now, and you leap over. It's like hello, and then fucking Gideon's just like ah.
No, it's probably ow.
I've told these two to run.
Okay, yeah. They start booking it. So as you run, Midas, you can't really help but kind of like turn back as you're running, and you kind of get a glimpse of like through the smoke Stone with his hands still like in the like form of like holding something, but his face is completely blasted with like black soot, and his eyes are like red and bloodshot. I was like, what happened? And Tomb is just like, you idiot, you blew it up. He's like, Serb doesn't blow up.
Holding a stick of dynamite.
Yeah, basically like that. He's like, what happened? And then Tomb looks down at the ground and sees like the shredded body of Henry White. Is like, oh fuck, we should probably go. And Stone looks around and is like, yeah, that might be a good idea. And they just start booking it.
That was quick.
That works.
Yeah. It took us a long time to get here. But,
you can kind of hear them in the background. It's like, oh, Baba Yaga's going to be pissed. What do you mean pissed? Look at my clothes. You know how hard it is to get a triple extra large t-shirt here?
okay, if they're buggering off,
Oh, yeah, they're
I think
bugging
it'd
off.
be time to pause and think, is there any way we can pin this on Baba Yaga?
We should get them and kill them. Oh, my spine.
I'll roll a heal check to patch up Mitar.
Yeah. So your healing can reduce a moderate to a minor, can it not? Like it shifts it down.
Basically, like I can move a severe to moderate, moderate to light, etc., etc.
Okay, so
There's only once per scene.
So fractured spine can be mended spine as a mild, and then the 3rd degree burns turn to 2nd degree burns as a moderate.
Right.
also
Is there
use
any
quick
sort
recovery
of like trolley here? You know, like a table on wheels, something like that.
We could say that, yeah, there's like things like, you know how they move like giant wooden boards around with. You could have like something like that, like a flatbed trolley.
Oh, right. Yeah. Flatbed. Yeah, okay. We'll shove Mitar on one of those and start dragging him out.
Okay.
Next, can I use will to recover my spine wound?
Oh yeah,
I have
like that'll go away now then, because you no longer have severe. It's
I
gone.
need to roll something. I don't know what.
The 2nd degree burns will stay as the moderate, but you'll heal your spine.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah. I love that quick heal ability. It's very useful.
All right, we need to get them. They tell Baba Yaga he's gonna chase us. And I hate fighting Russians. They're crazy.
They are.
Raise an eyebrow looking at Mitar after what we just did and his statement of, oh, they're crazy. I don't think you have a lot of room to talk.
Then you can imagine how crazy they
They're
are if
Mitar.
I think they're crazy.
True. All right, let's leave.
Yeah, let's get out of it.
All right. So you guys get out of
There's a
there.
police car start up.
You see here, you hear the distant sort of like sirens of cars, cop cars coming in because of the giant explosion that just happened.
Yeah.
And then you guys head out. We're going to say that you guys meet up with Abby at her apartment. And Ira and Shadow will come with you guys to her place. So we'll head over there now. Lovely little apartment building. So when you arrive at the apartment, Abby answers the door. She sees that Shadow and Ira are with you guys, and she kind of like basically just like runs past you and like hugs and kisses Ira on the mouth. It's like, oh my god, I thought you died. I'm so glad you're okay. And Ira just like hugs her back and is like, yeah, it's all right. These guys did exactly what we thought they were gonna do, blow up half the vats. And she's like, her eyes just kind of widened and turned to you. It's like, what did you do?
They tried to kill children. The least thing we can do is blow them apart,
Yes.
right?
So how
Yes.
many?
If only Wyndham was there as well.
So yeah, Abby was
that's
just like,
important.
okay, that was unorthodox, but I suppose if it works,
I'm an
It's
Orthodox
Orthodox,
Christian. It was. Well, it wasn't, but you know.
we'll
It's Orthodox. It's Orthodox for us.
we'll maybe
Exactly.
deal with that later. Yeah, come in. So she kind of like ushers you guys into her small little apartment, and closes the door. Emily is like pokes her head around the corner of the living room, sees all of you, and gives you all like a big hug. So happy that you guys are okay. She'll notice that Mitar's clothes are like very badly burned and kind of like nearly falling off in
We need
areas.
to go to the bathroom.
Abby says like, I could probably get Ira to give you one of his like some of his clothes if that helps at all. They might be a little big on you, but
They will serve well. I just need to wash the grime and everything else from me.
yeah. And then as you say
I
that, you find like a little like hunk of brain on your shoulder, and you kind of like dust that off.
Yeah.
Customary put this. Yeah, I always figured that Mitar was a big chap, so I think he wouldn't have any problems with the clothes fitting him.
No, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, I should have gone in naked, but that would be weird, right?
Yeah, you run at him screaming naked. That'd still be a good
Hell, you know,
distraction.
No, carrying the box naked.
Oh yeah, also that.
We're just blown at the vaults. I mean, whatever we do, it's going to be pretty strange now.
Hmm.
We do have quite a reputation for blowing things up, I must admit.
Yeah.
I'm
I don't
starting
know
to
why,
enjoy being
honestly.
a
It only
superhero
happened
now.
twice.
That's my fault. I keep giving you guys explosives to use.
That's true. I still have 3 grenades, Molotovs, and AK-47.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's fun.
So, so Abby will be taking Shadow aside, and you can kind of tell that she's giving her a stern talking to about what's been happening and what's going on. So, with that, Emily is really happy to have you guys back, and she says, "Oh my God, I'm so happy you guys came. Look, I want to show you what I." And then Abby just kind of gives her a quick look of like, "Look, keep it down," and then mimes zipping her lips. And Emily just kind of gives her a sheepish look before turning to Abby. She's like, "Can I please show them?" And Abby sighs and rolls her eyes, and she's like, "Okay, but be careful this time. This is the last time I find a soccer ball lodged in my bathtub." So Emily kind of jumps up with excitement and grabs the nearby soccer ball. And Abby kind of clears the center of the living room, moves the coffee table out of the way and some lamps and chairs, while Abby lines up a kick from the kitchen. And she gives it like a bit of a hard kick. And then with a gust of wind, you see her appear in the living room and she catches the ball in her hands. "Did you see that? Isn't that cool? I can do more than that too." And Emily just kind of like drops the soccer ball, but it stops about a couple inches from the floor. She holds out her hand and she's kind of like slowly floating the ball back up to her hands.
What did my parents tell me when I last time played football at home? And I'm gonna ask Grandpa. Grandpa, what happened when I played football at home last time when I was a kid?
Your father beat your ass with a wooden spoon until it broke.
I don't think that is a good thing to do to children in this age and century, right?
Capital punishment breeds character.
I would agree
Not for
usually,
long.
but we're in America, you know.
In America, they have the death penalty. So what does that tell you?
You're
The
right.
death penalty build the character.
Of course it does.
Don't speak to voice with my head. It's my voice in my head.
His third cousin stole from the king in the 13th century and he got his head lopped off. Build character. He never did it again.
Mitar, why is it whenever I'm near you, I hear a Scotsman?
How do you hear
I'm telepathic.
Oh, right. It's a voice in my
Oh, is
head.
it?
It's my grandpa, Mitar the 12th, Tarabich. For some reason, he turned into a Scotsman when I started getting visions. And that's why I have horrible migraines, and that's why I need to drink.
You're the crazy one, not me.
Sure, Grandpa. I need better, stronger booze.
You're the one hearing voices in your head, not me.
In the background in your head, Mitar, you hear "Opa!" and some like dishes smash. It's like, oh, the party started. I must get back to it. Good luck.
Thank
Mm.
gods.
We could have implicated the Baba Yaga in what we just did. Never mind.
No, Baba, we call them Baba Roga, which is similar, well, exactly the same as Baba Yaga, but just, you use that to scare children into not doing stupid things. So children, don't play football in home or Baba Roga will get you.
Yeah,
Just to work sometimes.
yeah, yeah. Usually when you play football indoors, it involves, the television being smashed or the windows
Or Baba
or
Roga
an
in your
18th
sleep,
or an 18th
exactly.
century coffee table being destroyed.
Yep, there is that.
Mm. Not that I've any experience of that, of course, but
Alright, so what should we do about children? I think their father will want to, search for them, and I don't think he's the smartest person to have that duty.
So, what Gideon will say is, look, she brought me back from the dead. She's just a kid, and now every corporal and mobster and psycho aegis headhunter will want a piece of her. And if they get her hands on them, I don't know what they're going to do, and I can't protect her from all of them. I'm gonna need your guys' help. We need to
We're
figure
gonna
out a
fight
way to
all of
stop
them,
these
or
people.
send two of you to Serbia.
I don't think your dad is going to help stop them.
Exactly. That's the main problem.
Of course, if you stay here, that's going to attract all those people here, but they're probably attracted here anyway, so what the hell?
Yeah, true.
Maybe do you have any idea?
So
I think-
Abby will
I think
tell you guys that now that Henry White is dead, Asia Securities, there's a good chance that they can be stopped now or shut down for good. She recommends attacking Asia Securities and just taking them out completely, like their entire infrastructure. Once you've done that, you should be able to deal with the Baba Yaga or even Mitsuhama Corp, these guys who are making these super serums and basically letting them run amok with whatever they want to do to people, innocent people like Emily.
actually, with ages out of the way, there's a good chance that Baba Yaga and the corporations are going to fight each other for the power vacuum.
We can also try to force that.
Considering you blew up the only super serum that the Baba Yaga was going to get, she's going to be pissed and she's going to want retribution.
Mm.
And Russians are crazy. At least from what I remember.
Says a man with a Scotsman in his head. Um,
Exactly. You mentioned some Crimean War or something. I don't know. I overslept my history.
mm. We probably need to move somewhere else.
Well, I have a nice cottage back home in the middle of Kremlin. We can live there as shepherds. We can even plant some raspberries. It's a
I
good
just meant the
business.
safe house. I
Oh,
just meant we needed the
alright.
safe house. So once I know we're here, that'll be straight on us.
So I guess we go to my daughter's place again.
You got a daughter?
Well, Wade Seraphin.
He calls her his daughter, but
I missed that.
Well, she's like my daughter,
Sure,
you
why
know.
yeah.
Well,
Sure,
she
why
would
not?
be if I ever had one, but you know.
So, what
That's
I'll
the
say
one
is, while you guys are trying to decide what to do next, Emily will have turned on the TV, and you'll see a news report coming from the vats. And it's your local news reporter, April O'Donnell, at the scene of a gas explosion that ruptured in the vats suddenly within the last 2 hours. There are multiple dead and one wounded. Just so happens that we're able to go to you live now with that individual and explain what happens. So the camera will pan to an ambulance, and you'll see sitting on the ambulance in the back Henry White, with a couple scars on his face and tattered and burnt clothing, and she will go up and like, Henry, why were you here tonight with your men? And he will basically say that he intercepted a transmission from the neighborhood watch stating that they were going to be trading superhero serum with the local city mob, and he was taking his men to investigate and hopefully intercept the exchange. Gunfire was traded. The neighborhood watch was able to escape, and the mob presumably was able to get away with a box of superhero serum that will now be difficult to track down and keep from spreading throughout the streets of Venture City. And Henry White will kind of like look deadpan into the camera and is like, this neighborhood watch needs to be stopped. These members of the neighborhood watch are considered terrorists by Aegis Securities, and I will be speaking in talks with the mayor and the chief of police in the city to bring these people to justice. And they basically have like pictures of you guys in various forms of like just like headshots. So it looks like these were like pictures taken from like bushes and like hidden cameras and cars and stuff, not like mugshots or anything. So essentially all of you have now been labeled as terrorists by this guy.
Again, we got strict.
We need some cameras.
We need some cameras.
Yeah, so next time we get him on the spot, we can photograph that twat.
Yep.
He's like, what are you doing
he
here?
also has superpowers.
It's just like
I think we
TikTok.
need to start-
It's like
we need
going
to
live
start
on
working
TikTok.
the press. We need to start working the media.
Might not be the worst idea, considering he's given you guys a very bad rap.
Mm. Yeah, they're only hearing his side of the story so far.
Yeah. So Abby will have heard this as well, and she's like, well, I think we know what our next target is. You said he died, didn't he?
Yes.
Well, if being
Well, it's
destroyed by
it's
a
right in the
block
centre
of
of the
C4.
explosion. Perhaps he has the ability to repair himself, heal himself.
Well, we're gonna have to figure out a way to keep him from healing himself for the last time. My
Oh, there's more than
recommendation,
one.
my recommendation for you guys right now is I'm gonna take care of Emily and Gideon. Ira and I and Shadow are gonna leave the city until this calms down, or I'll find a way to get them to a safe place, another safe house. In the meantime, I recommend you guys go to Age of Securities and take out Henry White and figure out what exactly his overall plan is from this.
We need to make sure that people realise that Gideon and Emily have not been kidnapped,
I
because that's how it's going
suppose,
to look at the moment.
yeah. So Abby will say is like, I can try speaking with his father. I'm not sure where that's going to get me, but at the very least, I can threaten to break his arm. Maybe that'll work. Who knows?
I think the priorities now is that we need to get every information about what Henry White did so far, because, apparently he's using everything he has been doing against us. So
How about putting an interview with Gideon and Emily onto the internet before we get them out of here,
If we
so
expose them to the
they can't
media,
be so they
everyone
can't
will
be
know
traced?
what they are capable of. I don't think that's going to be
Not
safe for them.
necessarily.
is there
They just
any?
need to know. People just need to know that they are not kidnapped.
Do you have at
We
your
need to be
restaurant cameras?
we
We
need
need
to
to
be
get information
turning
about what
the
happened there.
public into our side. At the moment, all they're hearing is that we're a terrorist organisation and we're blowing things up.
Well, in their defense, you guys kind of have the panache to do that. I think all this collateral damage from what's been happening has kind of made things a little bit more tense than they should be within the city. If you guys have an idea on how to smooth this over, by all means, go ahead. But please don't blow up the news building if you do that.
This makes things incredibly hard,
Mm.
almost
Well,
impossible.
we'll think about that for next time.
I think that would be best.
Mm.
All right, no more explosives under any circumstances.
Well, I wouldn't say
Whoa,
that.
whoa, let's
I
not
think we
rule
need
that
to-
out yet.
Sure, Via, if you know how to get out of this place without getting hunted by international police, of course. But I don't think I can afford that.
I could try thinking up something.
What I think we need to do is we need to get every communication from Henry White to the other people so we can inform everybody what he has been doing so far.
Mm.
But I don't think there is an easy way to do that.
We need to expose him.
Exactly.
Abby will say the best place to expose him is probably at the Age of Securities building. There's a good chance that you'll find the evidence that you're looking for that there.
We can
Should we
sneak
blow
in
that up?
again.
Or would you
Or
set fire
blow
to it?
everything up.
Yeah, okay. I presume that'll be for next time.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
must be the plan.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Okay.
what would be the overall plan right now? Go to the news building without evidence against Henry White,
No,
and
no,
then just
go to
No, no, no,
Aegis,
no, no,
get the evidence.
Mhm.
no. We
Get the
can't
evidence.
trust the main. I hate to say this, we
the
can't trust the
mainstream media. Yeah.
media. We need to sort of use social media at this point. The big thing that's going to be pointed against us is that we have kidnapped Gideon and Emily. We have not,
Okay.
and we can also start putting out the message that Henry White is not a knight in shining armor.
You know what I heard once? That every telecom company has records of every phone call that has been, received. So we can maybe get what we talked about, when Emily talked with her father and Gideon had. Maybe we can get that one to like make sure that they are not kidnapped.
Ooh,
So kind of
how
blackmailing.
do we go about that? How do we go
No,
about
no,
that?
no. We take those news and put out there to maybe, I don't know, April O'Donnell. Then she will spread the anonymous message to everyone. Then we start, building from there. Uncovering the rest of the things and fighting gauges.
Yeah, we need to start putting things out.
Yeah, that is a priority. Even if we like defeat now, if we defeat now Henry White, they will still, go after us because we probably are the usual
Mm.
suspects. So we need to, clear our image first, and then we defeat him.
Oh, I don't think we can clear our own image very quickly at the moment. We need to start painting Henry White um, as a crook, which he is.
Exactly. That's why we need evidence for that.
So we can start putting out because we did have an internet presence, didn't we?
I don't use that technology. Well, I use internet, but not social
No, but we
media.
had we had somebody. I can't remember his name now, but somebody was internety. Who was it?
Oh, the little guy,
The little guy,
one
yeah,
that plays games. I always forget his
yes,
name.
Phantom Bite.
Phantom Bite.
Phantom Bite, yes.
Yeah.
We need
So
Phantom Bite.
Abby will say that at the moment, she's asked him to lie low considering the attack on the diner. She doesn't want him getting in trouble or also kidnapped. So at the moment, Phantom Bite isn't going to be available to use. He doesn't have any of his equipment that he can use safely.
Hmm. Well, we're buggered with that one then.
Yeah,
So it looks like we're just going after Henry White,
fair
the
enough.
old-fashioned way.
You guys already have a general layout on the building anyway. So Phantom Bite,
It's the one we went. It's the one we was in before, isn't it?
it was, yes. So Phantom Bite,
Yeah.
you guys already have the schematics. The most Phantom Bite would be able to do is like maybe disable the security, but again, he's not available right now. He's kind of like in hiding, just like everybody else is.
Mm. Except us. So yes, we need to go in with cameras blazing. We need to show people what's going on in there
Okay. So a full
because the only
expose.
way the only way we're going to get the public on our side is by showing everybody that Henry White is a crook and we're defending them against him.
Okay, then we need to. Maybe we can play
So
music
we
to
need to
Phantom Bite
counter his
personally
narrative.
to ask how to hack like the database of the ages. Then we can get the information.
Without Phantom
Oh,
Bite, the best thing you could probably do is maybe find some things that you could take with you that they could look into for you later when they have the ability.
Exactly. That would be smart.
Mm-hmm.
well, I would ask Phantom Bite what sort of things we could get that would help him.
Well, like I said, he even if you guys were able to get his laptop set up, he's going to need a lot of equipment that you might not be able to procure for him. Abby, considering like the entire basement HQ was completely ransacked, a lot of the stuff was either taken or smashed, destroyed, as a result of the raid that they did. So if you guys go into Age of Securities, you might even be able to find some of the stuff that they stole because they're probably looking for the same thing you guys are, just like some more evidence against the enemy that they're fighting.
Mm.
So if they stole hard drives from the basement HQ, they could find a lot of information that the Neighborhood Watch does not want to be made public. Like people who are superpowered that aren't showing their powers to anybody, like hiding them.
Right.
People
So
who
loose hard drives. laptops that look a bit damaged, which they
Mhm.
probably swiped. Yeah, okay. And is there any way that we could get information from their um, computers?
Oh yeah, probably. Like if you were able to find maybe a place that could be holding their hard drives or even like
That's
mainframe
exactly what I was
computers.
telling.
Yeah, you could
Need
probably
to
just
get
like take somebody's like computer tower and hope there's something on it.
Yeah,
So
I
what I
suppose
was
slows
thinking
down.
was like, you can probably like hook in USB flash like to their, I don't know, database server or something, and then like Phantom Byte can probably eventually hack into that and take all the data he needs. So that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, so
Get
it's
some virus
basically
inside.
yeah. Put a virus on them.
Yeah,
That
Phantom
too.
Byte
Yeah.
can probably make it.
But could we put a virus on that would actually send us the information?
Exactly.
Could Phantom Byte write something like that?
Yeah, he could probably write a sort of something to
I
hack
mean, not
into their
directly to
system.
us, but
Yeah, he could
yeah,
give you like something like on a USB drive that you could
just
just
on
like.
USB drive. Yeah,
That's what we
we can
need.
stick
Yeah,
into the network. Yeah. So physically, we need to get our stuff out of there, and we need to get their information at least accessible to us.
Yeah, possibly even record as much as you can. See if you
Mm.
find any additional evidence to use against Henry, and then expose him on live TV.
Yes, on live TV. Yeah.
Hmm.
exactly.
Okay, yeah, that'll work. Um,
Okay. Yeah. Hey.
we have a good idea of what you guys are going to do next session. Then that's good. You
Yeah.
guys, yeah,
Mhm.
you guys kind of blew through this one. I was like, this should take them a while. It's like, oh look, they didn't kill anybody. Well, they did, but
Oh, yes.
instant. It was just a quick combat, just like boom, done.
One
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah, one shot.
Yeah. Meet our relatives again.
Yep, always coming to the rescue.
Yeah, that's more use than bloody Wyndham was.
Yeah, he's a bit of a douche.
They are experts. What can I say?
All right. Well, I think with that we will call it for today. And again, I'll make sure this gets uploaded as soon as possible tonight, and we'll see you guys next Sunday.
Yeah, I think
Beautiful.